Good morning, YouTubers. Okay, what we're looking at here, this is my Dillon Square Deal reloader, and had a little problem with it recently. If you look down in here, you'll notice that the shell plate is not installed, and that is because the screw that holds the shell plate down, the head popped right off of it. And from gathering from looking online, it happens with this type of reloader because as you tighten down the shell plate screw, retaining screw, it does not bind up against the shell plate itself like it would on a 650 or 550. If you bind those screws down too much, the shell plate's just not going to turn when you cycle your stroke. On this one, it'll tighten down and put a lot of pressure on the screw itself, but it'll still allow your reloader to turn. Thus, you reload, it puts pressure on the screw and pop. So, that's where I'm at. If you've had this happen to you, you know what I'm talking about. It broke off down in there. I had to use this dental tool here, not one that I use for my personal use. This is one that I have in my little toolbox just for such occasions. These threads on this retaining screw are kind of coarse, so actually it's pretty easy if you can get down in here and manipulate that screw. Once it pops off, and it backed right out. It was really no problem. Called Dillon up, and Dillon, being true to form, wonderful company that they are, no questions asked, got me a new screw on the way out and a new replacement kit. Should be here soon. They were extremely helpful, just like Dillon is their claim to fame. Their customer service is second to none, and you can believe that. So, I am down for the moment, but I will be back up and reloading pretty soon. So if you have the Dillon Square Deal reloader, my suggestion would be to you to check that screw from time to time. Don't bear down on it when you tighten it. Just tighten it down enough to keep that shell plate from wiggling around. And you may need to put a little Loctite on the screw, as I've heard, and I think it would help if you put a little Loctite, just a little bit on there, and tighten that screw down just to where you feel some tension on it to hold that shell plate, and then that's it. That'll help it. That Loctite will keep it from wiggling loose while you're reloading. But still a good idea to check that plate every 100 or so rounds, just to make sure you're not having a problem with it backing out. All right, well, that's it for today. Y'all happy reloading and great shooting.